We're joined today by tournament host Tiger Woods and Executive Chairman of Hero MotoCorp, Dr. Pavan Munjal. Thanks for joining us, gentlemen. Dr. Munjal, I'll start with you. It's great to be back here at the Hero World Challenge. I believe you have some exciting news for us today.
Absolutely, and thank you. Namaskar and good morning to all of you here. Welcome to the Hero World Challenge. Like always, it's a pleasure to be here amongst friends, partners, and champions of this beautiful game. Golf to me is more than a sport. It's a shared passion and a source of inspiration for all. This year, in particular, is very special for all of us as we celebrate a milestone, 10 years of partnership between Hero MotoCorp and Tiger Woods Foundation, TGR. A decade of collaboration, growth, and shaped purpose. Tiger, congratulations to both of us. Our teams and everyone who has been a part of this incredible journey. Today, we have together elevated the Hero World Challenge into one of the most prestigious and sought-after events on the golfing calendar, uniting the world's finest players and igniting the passions of fans globally. Once again, today I'm proud to announce the exciting news, as was just said, that Hero MotoCorp will continue as the title sponsor of the Hero World Challenge, and my friend Tiger will remain Hero's global corporate partner until 2030. Our shared values of excellence and commitment to make a positive impact make this partnership truly unique. Golf has the power to unite, uplift, and leave a lasting legacy. To everyone who makes this event extraordinary, the players, the organizer, the sponsors, and fans, thank you for your commitment, your hard work, and your valuable time. Your passion fuels our purpose. Let's all look forward to an exciting week of world-class golf, beginning with the Hero Shot this afternoon. See you all at the course. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Munjal. That's great news. Tiger, on the back of that announcement, what do you think this means for the tournament?
Well, this is exciting news for for all of us at the foundation to be able to have Hero MotoCorp. They've supported us here for the last 10 years, and be able to have this relationship and our partnership continue until 2030 is truly amazing. We're able to help and serve so many more youth because of it. And all the players who have come down here over the years have supported this event. Some of them have started their own foundations because of what the impact that Pawan and I have had on this event and our various charities. So it's an exciting week here to be at Albany and to host this event, to be a part of, I'm sorry, I'm not a part of the field, be watching the field this week, but being host this week is going to be a fun week.
All right, we'll take some questions. If you have a question, please raise your hand and we'll get a microphone to you as quick as we can. We'll start with Dan in the front.
Were you close to being able to play this week, and kind of what is the update on your health?
I'm not tournament sharp yet. No, I'm still not there. And these are 20 of the best players in the world, and I'm not sharp enough to compete against them at this level. So when I'm ready to compete and play at this level, then I will.
And then you said, I think it was last year, maybe 2 years ago, that you hope to play once a month going forward. Is that still the goal, or have you had to sort of recalibrate?
Well, I didn't think my back was going to go like it did this year. it was quite painful throughout the end of the year, and hence had another procedure done to it to alleviate the pain I had going down my leg. And so, what are my commitments going forward? Is it once a month? Yeah, I could say that all over again, but I truly don't know. I'm just trying to rehab and still get stronger and better, and feel better, and really give myself the best chance I can going into next year. You know, this year was kind of had to toss it away, and I wasn't as sharp as I needed to be, and didn't play as much as I needed to going to the major championships, and I didn't play well at them. So hopefully next year will be better. I'll be physically stronger and better. I know the procedure helped, and hopefully that I can then build upon that.
Okay, we'll go here in the middle.
Dr. Majal, I'm sure it was not a difficult decision. How easy a decision was it to continue your partnership with the Tiger and TGR Live for the next few years? And Tiger, what does that mean for you?
It was easy. I mean, we've had, as I said, 10 years of an incredible journey together, which has benefited both of us, the foundation, Heroes brand globally. There were no two thoughts about it.
Tiger?
Yes, we've had a great relationship and great partnership, for the last 10 years. So I think it was a very natural thing for us to continue this relationship going forward through 2030, and hopefully we can make it better in the next five or so years, better than it was the first 10, and then hopefully even bigger than that into the future.
Tiger, one just small follow-up question. This tournament has often seen you make a comeback to try yourself, to test yourself. How disappointed are you that you're not being able to do that?
Yeah, I am disappointed because I'm not, as I answered to Dee's question over here, that I'm not physically ready yet to compete at this level. The times that I have come back here, I was ready to start competing and playing again. Unfortunately, not at this time. I still need to keep training and to give myself the best chance going into next year and the events ahead.
Go to Rex in the left over here.
Tiger, if I can have you put your policy board hat on real quick, if you don't mind. How would you characterize the negotiations right now between the Tour and the PIF? And there seems to be a level of frustration that it's taken this long. Would you share that, or do you feel like it's pretty much going as you expected?
Well, I think that all of us who've been a part of this process would have thought that it would have happened quicker than this. Even if it did, we're still at the regulations of the DOJ saying it's giving us ominous dominus that it'll go through. So even if we had gotten a deal done by now, it's still in the DOJ's hands. But what we wish we would have had something more concrete and further along than we are right now. But things are very fluid. We're still working through it. It's happening daily. From a policy board standpoint or from an enterprise standpoint, things are moving and they're constructive. But yes, definitely moving.
Go to Bob in the front.
Tiger, obviously, unfortunately, you've had a lot of experience with the back issues and the procedures. How does this one compare? Having been through it before, does it make it any easier, or is there anything that you've learned that can help with this one, and how similar is it?
I think the best way to describe it, Bob, is I know what to expect coming out of it. The relief I had, I didn't have the spasming, I didn't have the nerve pain, so that was fantastic, but also understood that I still have a long road ahead of me of rehab and recovery. So I wish I hadn't known this, but I know it very well. And I know the process, I know how long it's going to take, and we got to continue doing all the gym work and continue doing all the protocols, and eventually it'll lead to something where I can compete again. Did you know
In July at Royal Troon that this was inevitable again, or did something occur after that said, I got to do this?
As the year went on, it just kept progressively getting worse to the point where it just wasn't getting better from either from treatments or laying around resting or even activations. And nothing felt good. And And then our MRI showed that.
Was there any thought of doing it sooner, or that's
No, as I said, it just progressively kept getting worse as the more I played and as the year went on.
We'll go to Todd over on the left.
Tiger. There you go, Tiger. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, on that note, do you have any target on when you feel like your body and your game will be tournament ready?
Todd, I don't. I really don't. I'm just progressively trying to test it, keep making progress without setting it off. I don't want to have any setbacks. Just want to keep making progress and give myself the best chance going to next year as possible. I feel like I'm getting stronger. I'm getting more pliable, but I got a long way to go to be able to compete against these guys.
Can I pivot on another follow-up? You're part of the PGA Tour Policy Board. Recently, the board approved a change in field sizes and exemptions for players from 125 to 100. Why do you, as a board member, feel like that is good for the PGA Tour?
Well, I think the entire, the majority of the tour felt the same way. The PAC was involved. The subcommittees on the PAC were involved, and it was unanimous across the board of what we need to do to present a better product and to something better for our fans, for our events, our sponsors, redefining what Tour Pro is, streamlining that. Yes, playing opportunities have been reduced at certain parts, but also then again, we also have player equity in this involved as well, which has never happened before. So the players who are playing, they're going to get well compensated going forward, in which that was never the case.
Okay, we'll go on the right in the middle here.
Hi, my first question to Dr. Munjal. Dr. Munjal, 10 years ago, almost unannounced, you took Tiger to Delhi Golf Club, and 25,000 people turned up to watch that, you playing with him and a couple of Indian pros. In this next 5 years, the contract that you have signed with Tiger, is that a part of it that you want to take Tiger to India? And Tiger, my question to you is, how much would you like to replicate that madness that happened that day?
Well, from what I remember, we couldn't see the first hole. It was all foggy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so many people.
But there weren't that many people. It was foggy, but I couldn't see where I was going. Pawan just said, hit it right there. I'm like, okay, I'll just hit it right there.
Because we couldn't see the holes, we were both shooting straight.
But I tell you what, I think the second hole, the dog leg right par 4, yeah, that was more interesting for me because I didn't realize how close the people were on the tee box, and I had to send it kind of right across their noses a little bit. Yeah, but that was a great day and an amazing event.
Dr. Munjal?
Well, in the first 10 years, we did have a plan for Tiger to come down to the Hero Indian Open. But unfortunately, because of the pandemic, that didn't happen. The next 6 years, who knows? But I'm sure the fans in India are all wanting and waiting for Tiger to come to Delhi, to come to India.
Yeah, one more question if I can ask you. This is a very limited field that Tiger gets every year over here. And although none of them are Indians, but Sahit, Aaron, as well as Akshay, 3 players of Indian origin in a tournament that you are hosting as well. How proud is that moment, and what do you think of that going forward for Indian golf as such?
Well, it's really up to you guys to say how proud you feel and what are you going to write about this back home. If you remember, we had Anirban one time here, which was a great thing to happen. He was in the top 30 then. To have three boys of Indian origin in a field of the best and top 20 is a huge, huge thing for India. As you know, me and many of you included have been looking for an Indian star on the golfing map to really grow the game of golf in India. I'm sure even if they are not Indians, but they are of Indian origin. I'm sure the whole nation is going to be very, very excited and very proud about this fact.
Thank you, Doctor.
We'll go this side with Ewan.
Tiger, what is your opinion on the possibility of American players being paid to play in the Ryder Cup?
Well, I would have to say that going back to my playing days, we had the same conversation back in '99, and it was we didn't want to get paid. We wanted to give more money to charity. And the media turned it around us against us and said, we want to get paid. I said, no, I mean, the Ryder Cup itself makes so much money. Why can't we allocate it to various charities? And what's wrong with each player, 12 players getting $1 million, and you be able to divvy it out to amazing charities that they're involved in, that they can help out? It's their hometowns and where they're from, all the different junior golf associations or endeavors that the members are involved in. It's never really been about getting paid. Is how can we allocate funds to be able to help our sport or help things that we believe in back home, because it's so hard to get onto that team. There's only 12 guys. What's wrong with being able to allocate more funds?
So do you think, again, now the issue is one of messaging, that the players should make it clear whatever money they get will go to charity?
I hope they get $5 million each and donate all of it to charity, different charities, okay, right? I think it's great. What's wrong with that?
All right, we'll go to Steve in the front.
Do you still have the same fire that you did in years past coming back from an injury to return this time? And what is the thing that you miss the most about not being out here?
The fire still burns to compete. The difference is the recovery of the body to do it is not what it used to be. I still love doing it. I love competing. I'm competing at anything, whether it's we're playing cards or we're playing golf. No matter what it is, I love competing. That's never going to leave. But as far as the recovery process of going out there and doing it again and again and again and doing it consistently at a high level, I can't, for some reason, the body just won't recover like it used to. And that's part of age and part of the athlete's journey.
All right, we'll go to the front right here.
Tiger, what influence did your dad have in terms of what you thought about the golf swing in terms of preparing it for competition? Specifically, I kind of think back to '97 after you won the Masters. You still decided, hey, I need to change my swing. It's not going to hold up. What kind of spurred that decision?
Well, that was on me to make that move. That was a conversation I had with Butch, and I wanted to make a golf swing that was going to compete week in and week out. At that time, I still thought I had good hands and I could time it up. But the problem is timing that golf swing at that particular time, I'm going to hit some serious foul balls too. And I need to get the foul balls in a position where I can play and compete, make it through the weekend, make it to the weekend, and then possibly give myself a chance every single time I teed it up. At that particular time, I didn't feel like I could do that. And so we went to work on slowly integrating pieces of the golf swing, and it took the better part of a year and a half or so to where it got to where I thought it was where I would like it to be. And I had a good run in '99, 2000, and 2001. But as far as my father turned over all the keys to a golf swing. That wasn't his thing. My father understood more of the mental side of it from his operational days in Special Forces and the mindset that it took to do what he had to do. But as far as golf mechanics, no. I still remember the days my dad still teaching me how to putt. But as far as the golf swing, he never really did much. I mean, I worked with Rudy, and then I worked with John Anselmo, and then the Butch. And so my dad never really, he said, that's between you and your coach.
And then just quick follow-up on the negotiations. One phrase we've heard a lot is bettering the product. Aside from possibly unifying the professional sport, what has the discussions been on how precisely to better the product to fans?
Well, that's our fan initiative. Is we asked the fans on a multiple layers of what we need to do to make their experience better and how they want to view the game, how they can participate in the game. And so, yeah, we're trying to activate all that in going into 2025, maybe making alterations and on the fly into 26, 27, and into the TV contract negotiations. So, yeah, we're moving on the fly to try and give everyone the best product we possibly can, and give the game peace that it needs. This has been a very difficult time in the game of golf. I think that a lot of it has been distractions and the beauty of the game of golf. And obviously, we're trying to unify that and give the fans the best experience that we know we can give them.
All right, we'll go to Martin on the right here.
Tiger, just to follow up to Ewan's question on the Ryder Cup. The European players have said they don't need to be paid to play in the Ryder Cup. What do you think that says about their attitude towards the Ryder Cup compared to maybe some of the Americans?
That's their fine. That's right. That's their right to say that. I just think that the event is so big that I think that we can give so much money to different charities, and I've said that since '99 when we had the Brookline negotiations. And if the Europeans want to pay to be in the Ryder Cup, that's their decision to do that. That's their team. I know when it's on European soil that it subsidizes most of their tour. So it is a big event for the European tour, and if they want to pay to play in it, so be it.
All right, we'll go back to Rex on this side.
Tiger, to go back to Todd's question about field sizes starting next year, why was it important to you to have the Genesis be a full field size, to have a cut or something close to a full field?
Yeah, we decided that the player-hosted events, that the size of those events needed to be bigger than what they were. We cut out certain playing opportunities, and where we could make up for the differences in some of that, the player-hosted events accepted that responsibility, and we've increased our field size.
Couple more on this side.
Tiger, you said that you're not hitting that many golf shots or you're far away from competitive golf at the moment. But, I mean, the upper body from here still looks like a bit like a boxer's. What I want to ask is the physical part of it, the gym and other things. Are you still very much into it, and you think it just will take you some time to get back into golf?
Yeah, the gym part, I've always loved doing it, and we've just had to take some time off from it. But now I'm ramping back up again, which is nice. And I miss being in the gym. I miss doing the workouts. I miss the lactate sessions. That's part of training. And that's what makes sports awesome. Is the mental toughness that it takes to be in that gym on those days that you don't want to be in there, and you still got to push beyond it. And you know those days are going to really help in the end. And I know those days in the gym for me allowed me to win events when I was tired, win events around the world with jet lag, win events when I was just not feeling right. All that gym work, it may not show up at that moment in time, but over time, it does.
Okay, come back to Bob in the front.
It's me?
Yep. Go ahead, Bob.
Tiger, this came up again last week. It's happened a couple times now. There have been these reports that the PIF is talking to the DP World Tour separately of your negotiations with the PGA Tour and PGA Tour Enterprises, and this notion of doing a deal with them outside of this bigger picture thing. I'm just curious your thoughts on that. Does that suggest that they're antsy or that they're impatient with the talks, and does that even make sense to do something separate?
As I said earlier, this is an active negotiation, and things are happening daily, weekly, and it's evolving. And we all want to get past this and do what's best for the tour. And trying to do that, there's going to be some eggs are going to be knocked over, and it's going to be a little bit difficult at times. And but in the end, we're going to get a product that's better for all the fans and all the players that are involved, and get some peace that the game desperately needs.
Stay on this side with you.
Dr. Manjal, we often get the feedback from the players. We get the feedback, or whatever you call it, opinion of the tours, but we rarely get an opinion or the feeling of a big sponsor like yourself. I mean, you've got a tournament on virtually every tour of the world. What do you make of this constant war, if I may call it so? Is it doing the game any good? Because we are still talking about something which is out of the course, not on the course. So someone like you, who's got an event on the PGA Tour, the DP World Tour, the Ladies Tour, the Indian Tour, everywhere, how do you feel when you often think about the game that you love so much?
Well, very, very simply put, the game is not benefiting. The players are not benefiting, maybe some 1, 2, or 10. What has to happen is everyone gets back together and the game moves on, the players move on, the sponsors move on. There is confusion for the sponsors as well right now. What to do, where to go, how to look at the future. The future is uncertain, which is not a good thing.
And yet, at various points, we get these small bits and pieces of news that some players being approached by PIF and, like the PGA Tour, which has been the custodian of the game for such a long time, the professional game, is still trying to fight it off, or rather ward it off, this danger. So, I mean, it certainly can't do good. We've been in it for 3.5, 4 years now.
Is that for me or for Tony?
For you.
Well, as I said, it's not doing any good for the game of golf, for the fans, for the sponsors. As I said, some players are benefiting, but majority of the players are not benefiting from all of this confusion. We need to move on. We need to have certainty. We need to have a clear-cut future plan, which everyone knows and then moves along that path going forward. Confusion is no good for nobody.
All right, time for a couple more. We'll just go on the front down here. Dan, go ahead. Oh, Jason.
What is your confidence, Tiger, that a deal will get done?
I think something will get done. In what form or shape, I don't know yet.
Dan?
You've talked a lot about quality of life, just beyond golf, and wanting to do these procedures so that you could live your normal life and be out there with Charlie. You seem to be in good spirits. Have you been able to, has it provided you the relief that you wanted on that front?
Yeah, the pain that was going down my leg and the spasms were tough through the end of the year, so that's been alleviated. I still don't quite walk right, but that's kind of issue with my ankle. But that's, hey, as long as I'm able to kind of enjoy being out there, watch him play, or teach him, and just be a part of life and do the activities that the kids want to do, instead of just laying still. I trust me. You know me. I'm a very active person. I like to get out there and do things, and sitting on the sideline is one of the harder things for me to do.
All right. Looks like everybody's satisfied and has what they need. Gentlemen, we appreciate your time, and thank you for all you do for the game of golf.
Good job, Owen. Good stuff.